Thanks, Eric. Pleasure to be here for the 102nd football season in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference. I think that's something that we're all real proud of, the fact that this conference has been around for over 100 years. And during that whole time, the one constant has been football, and I think that's exciting. August comes way too fast, but it's exciting for everyone because I think we've got some excellent football that we're going to have this year. I think the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference is going to be a very competitive league this year, and I know all of you have worked very hard for that to happen. It's a pleasure to have you all out here today. I've got a couple things I just want to talk about, and then I'm going to turn it over for questions, and then we'll go on with the coaches and have a chance to have them speak a little bit about their programs. But one of the biggest issues that we've dealt with in the last year has been changes in membership. Not necessarily something that people aren't familiar with. Obviously, at the Division I level, there's a lot of the membership change going on. While we have it at our level, the dollar figures are just a lot smaller. But the University of Nebraska-Kearney is going to join us for their last season with us this year, and then they will move on to the MIAA. And we have spent better part of last year looking at options for new membership. And back in May, we invited Black Hills State from Spearfish, South Dakota, to join us as a full-fledged member for the 2012 season. And Jay, congratulations to that. It's a pleasure to have the Black Hills folks here and be involved in what we're going to do. I think they're going to be great members of our conference. So the membership discussion seems to be dynamic. And it's still in flux. We don't know if that's the last thing that we've done or not, but we certainly have looked at a lot of good schools. We're challenged a little bit geographically because there aren't that many Division II schools out where we're at, and we have most of them in our league. But what we really want to do is try to find the best scenario for our conference to do good scheduling and have very competitive programs. So we will continue to look for members that enhance that. So. I'll also be remiss if I didn't take this opportunity, and I know, Daryl, you're the representative for Kearney today, you and Peter, but I want to just speak about how much the Nebraska-Kearney means to the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference. This has been an institution that's been a very, very, very strong member of our conference, and we're going to miss you. I think it's important that you're doing what you need to do as a school, and I wish you all the most success that you can have at the MIAA. But the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference was glad that Kearney was a member, and you're always going to be a member in our hearts. So thank you very much. Appreciate that. So why don't I turn it over now to questions that you have? So I know we're doing a little different format today. So
hey, if anybody has any questions, Lauren here inside the circle has the microphone.
I get to go home early.
JR, we do have some questions for you as well. Sure. First off, were you surprised that the Colorado Mines CSU Pueblo football game was selected by the NCAA as a national television game this year?
I'm not surprised by the game. Obviously, I think it's going to be a great game. But I think it's exciting that the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference has the opportunity to be on national television and showcase our competition. We were able to do that a couple of years ago with out at Kearney with the Shatter and Kearney game. I think that the Mines CSU Pueblo game has that same kind of flavor to it. It's going to be exciting to have all the folks in Pueblo out there. I'm sure that you'll have to find some temporary bleachers or something. I'm not sure where they'll seat everybody, but it's going to be a fun night and a great way to showcase the athletes that we have in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference. So yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, JR, we have a question here from somebody on Facebook. What's it going to take to get 2 teams in the NCAA playoffs this year?
Well, you know, it's an interesting thing. That's probably something else I probably should have talked a little bit about, but it'll impact us next year. But you know, currently we're in a super region with some pretty good conferences in the Northern Sun and the GLIAC, and so it makes it difficult. Obviously, the GLIAC's had the national champions for a long time running in Grand Valley State, and then of course Minnesota Duluth and the Northern Sun has been the national champion the last 3 years. So it's not like we're in the softest region in the United States. I think that makes it difficult. But I think I'm real excited about this particular year because we tend to go in some cycles, and this happens to be, I think, a year where we've got a lot of underclassmen coming back at very talented positions. And I think it's going to be one hell of a weekend, excuse my French, but we're going to have some big-time games every weekend in the RMAC this year, and that may help us. If the more competitive that we are as a whole conference, the better off we are when it comes to playoff time.
There's going to be a new alignment with the NCAA next year.
Right.
So what is that going to mean for the RMAC?
Yeah, next year, and I haven't quite settled it all with football, but because our whole conference in all sports is going to change from the central region that we're in now to the south central region. So we will be playing against the Lone Star and the Heartland Conference. And in football, they're still trying to work out how that's all going to work out because they do it in super regionals. Obviously, we'll play now in the same region with the Heartland, but whether or not we end up with the Great Northwest Conference in there or if we end up with something else, I don't know yet. They're still trying to work through those things. But obviously, it'll change a little of the dynamics about where we'll be playing regionally in 2012. So. All right. I heard you. All right. Going to be an exciting year. I'm excited. 102 years is a long time, but this is maybe one of the most exciting ones that I've seen in a while. So looking forward to hearing from all the coaches and looking forward to get it started. So.